What's up, everybody, and welcome back to the Dead Funny Podcast. I'm your host, Chris. Joining me today, I have Kelsey. I have
Why
Bree.
did you say it like that?
Because my mic was a little bit far away
Chris.
from my face,
I
and
am
I
your host,
was
Chris.
Chris.
I was moving it closer to my face so you guys could hear my beautiful voice.
Oh God.
Woot, woot, woot. So, been a week. It's been a week. A lot of fun and exciting things have happened. Probably, maybe, maybe not. Who knows? But for me, it's been a normal work week, editing, recording. So, actually, kind of interested. Have you guys seen the new Joker?
No.
No.
That is going to be played by Joaquin Phoenix. Or do you know who Joaquin Phoenix is?
Walking Phoenix. Who the fuck is that?
All right.
Oh God.
I'm gonna take it. Kelsey, do you know who Joaquin Phoenix is?
I actually think I do, but I'm Googling it real fast because.
So, Joaquin, have you ever seen the movie The Village?
Yes.
He was the main male actor in The Village.
Yes.
Bree, did you ever see the Johnny Cash? I Walk the Line or whatever it was. Walk the Line.
I've seen Johnny Cash. Yeah.
Yeah, he's Johnny Cash. He's got a hair lip. Some people do.
Oh,
Some
him?
people don't know what that is. My father was hair lipped, so I'm very very aware of that whenever I see it now.
Yeah, it definitely stands out.
I'm waiting
Yeah,
for Bree to
his-
come to kind of like some kind of.
The
Finally got it.
oh moment.
No,
Yeah.
I said yeah. I remember him. He's
Okay.
an asshole.
You think
In
he's
his-
an asshole?
In the character he portrays. Sorry. He's in this other movie or this show too. What is this one? Oh no, that's not the one I thought of.
So
I didn't
before
realize he was related to River Phoenix, which now that I say it out loud, like
Phoenix.
seems pretty obvious.
Well.
But I don't know. All of those siblings, their names are just kind of. I don't know what the word is. Somewhere
Unique.
between surprising, unique, odd. Any of those will apply. But he's got quite an expressive face. He can do a lot with his face, so I'm really excited to see what he does as the Joker.
He
He's
looks
going to be
freaking
terrifying.
crazy as the Joker.
Yeah, if you haven't seen pictures of him as Joker, I guess look him up so that way you guys can understand what I'm talking about. So Joaquin Phoenix is going to be the Joker. Now, let me go ahead and hit you guys a little bit of the facts here. This will not take place in the DCEU whatsoever. He's not replacing Jared Leto as the Joker. This is a one-shot movie only. There will be no sequel. It's just it exists. It exists.
Why?
To exist.
Like, why are they just saying
I-
straight up there
I
will be
wish I
no
knew. I
sequel?
wish I knew, but it exists. At least from what I was told. I mean, maybe they'll see how it does, and maybe they want to make another one, they will. But from what I was told, it is a one-shot, one and done. Does not belong to the DCEU whatsoever, and it is there to be there. It exists.
Is
That
it just
is-
somebody wanted to make a Joker movie
I have
and
no idea. I wish I had more information, but it's been pretty under wraps for a while. We just got these pictures leaked to us probably like 2 months ago. One of the best comments that I saw after you saw the first one, because like he comes walking out like some like really orange fucking coat or some shit, like some tuxedo or suit or whatever. It's not tuxedo. It looks like trash. But anyways, basically, I saw this comment and it looks like someone's all like, "This is the new Joker," and then the next comment was all like, "This is the Joker whenever he got his ass kicked in family court." And I was like, "That's pretty fucking funny."
Are they
honestly.
talking about this orange and reddish blue thing?
Yes, it looks terrible. It looks terrible.
well, the Joker isn't really a character that I go to for fashion-forward guidance.
But I mean, it's one of those things where it's like his Jesus, his purple suit's iconic. Like it's just as iconic as he is. It's like it's a bat suit.
that's true.
Let's give the Joker his fucking purple suit and be done with it. So,
Yeah, he looks like a real clown with this fucking get up going on.
do any of you? Well, I know Bree doesn't because me and her have had a conversation about this before. But Kelsey, do you watch Gotham at all?
No, I haven't. Is it worth watching?
Yes, it is so
No.
good. Reason why I think it's worth watching is because like you've got tons of comics, you've got tons of games, and you got tons of movies and TV shows to fall back on to hear Batman stories from start to finish about how he started and how he finished. But what you don't have is these crazy stories about Jim Gordon, which there are some comics out there that do Jim Gordon. And Jim Gordon's not the biggest catch for me in this show. What is that you get to see the startup of every single one of Batman's villains as well, and see their hardships. So you get to hear about the Penguin from start to finish, how he became the juggernaut he is in Gotham City, Two-Face, the Riddler, Joker, like everybody. Like, and that's what this last season was. It was all about like setting up the Joker, and it was so fucking good. Oh my god, it was so good.
Have you seen any DC TV series?
Like the live action ones?
Like
I don't think so.
Flash?
There's Flash, there's Gotham,
Oh.
there's Green Arrow,
Yes.
Supergirl.
I had a friend that lived with my husband and I for a while, and that was her way of relaxing, is coming home and watching those TV shows. And even she would admit they were not the best thing ever, but they like sucked her in. And so I'd come in, I'd start judging those for a few minutes because I'm like, okay, the dialogue is terrible. This is awful. And then I ended
Flash
up
is
sitting there
good, though.
watching them. But the Green Arrow, he was just so serious. It was like,
Whoa,
oh,
let's calm
get
down.
off it.
That's my boy. All right, let's calm down. Oliver
Let's
Queen, the
not
Green
diss
Arrow,
Green
is my
Arrow.
favorite DC
Oh, no.
character. So let's chill out. All right. I will say this: I would watch a fucking marathon of all those shows back to back before watching another fucking DC movie, because their shows are so much better than their fucking movies. It's just not even.
I will.
It-
100%
Wonder Woman aside.
agree.
Wonder Woman aside, because Wonder Woman was fantastic. I will say
I
that.
don't, well, I would say if we're going
love Wonder Woman.
overall,
It's
though, the
great.
TV shows by far beat out all the movies. Like combined, just to how well they've done them all. Like
I
Wonder Woman's
agree
good, but overall,
up till Wonder Woman.
DC TV beats DC movies.
Right, I'm just telling you,
is
like,
what I'm saying.
there's a bucket, and I stuck my foot in the bucket, and the bucket is Wonder Woman. I can't take my foot out of the bucket, so I just gotta make sure people understand. On the DCEU, is it failing, and why review show that we did, I hardcore stuck up for Wonder Woman. I just want people to know I'm still doing that. The movie still holds up. It was a fucking phenomenal movie. So all the other movies, I completely agree. They're shit. They're ass.
No one's dissing fucking Wonder Woman, okay? Everyone loves Wonder Woman. It's just
Awesome.
the TV shows, you gotta face facts, are way better overall. They got the formula down. They know what they're doing. And
I will
while the
say that.
movies are
I mean,
still
because-
trying to figure out what they're doing.
Because it seems to be like the shoe's on the other foot. All people can talk about is, oh my god, Marvel's dominating fucking DC in the movies. But DC is dominating Marvel in the TV shows. Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. is still going on, which I fell off that train like 20 seasons ago. So, and somehow it's still going. Not saying it shouldn't be. I'm sure if I was to try to find where I fell off and try to watch again, I'd probably get back into it. But Luke Cage, canceled. No more Luke Cage.
Really?
Iron Fist, canceled. No more Iron Fist.
Oh, poor Dylan.
Poor Dylan. That was his opening for the fucking DCE review show. Was that he was the only person that watched Iron Fist the first season so many times that it actually greenlit Iron Fist for a second season. So,
That's right.
and then Defenders, as I know of, canceled, and Jessica Jones is on the chopping block. It's not 100% canceled yet, but not 100% greenlit yet either. So she's on the chopping block.
Mm.
Daredevil just came out with the new season though, so I gotta watch that shit because Daredevil's good. Out of all of them, Daredevil's fucking good. I have enjoyed the fuck out of some Daredevil. Ooh-wee. I love that show. That one's so good. The only thing I hate is how long it took him to put on the costume. Like, they need to stop that shit, okay? I get it, like, not every fucking superhero starts out with, like, a badass costume to start. Like, even in the Deadpool movie, like, it took time for Deadpool to create his outfit, and we got that whole thing with him running around like a white hoodie the entire time. Like, I get it, but that thing lasted, like, 3 minutes. I don't need to watch Daredevil run around in a skin-tight black long-sleeve shirt, black gloves, and a fucking ninja, like, fucking, I don't even know what to say, his fucking black bandana tied all the way over his fucking nose to the top of his head. He looked stupid. He looked dumb. I don't need to see that. Give me fucking horns, a red helmet, and a red leather suit, and some red spandex, and throw his ass out there, alright? I don't
Yeah,
need all this
like
other
that
bullshit going on.
spandex?
Absolutely.
That tight leather suit.
He can get it, alright? Fucking Daredevil, alright? He's good. I like Daredevil. He's gotten a bad rap, honestly. In the comics, he's really, really cool. I liked him a lot in the games. What I don't like was the movie, obviously. And because that movie was so bad, Everybody shits on
That
Daredevil.
movie was good.
It was
Get
not
outta
good.
here.
See, that alone has just caused every person that watches our podcast to automatically hate you. That movie was not good. It was bad.
I know
It
you
is
said
universally
automatically
bad.
hit me.
I mean, that movie
I'm
was
like,
universally
they're
bad.
gonna hit me. That's mean. Hey, I would like to see more of Elektra though. That's what I'd like
I
to
would
see.
not. That was fucking terrible. I don't know what the fuck they even chose to do that for, because that was
That was
fucking
so
trash.
weird.
No, it was not. That
You're
show was
trash.
terrible. It's like, let's make a Daredevil movie. All right, Daredevil failed. Let's take Elektra and then maybe give her her own movie, and maybe, just maybe, it'll stick. No.
Did
that
you
was,
never see
they were-
the Daredevil movie, Kelsey?
They're both terrible.
Never
So-
saw the Daredevil. I don't think I've seen any of the,
The Daredude?
DCEU stuff. No, Daredevil is what I tried to say.
All right.
I don't
It's
think
the
I've
Hold
seen
on,
any
hold
of the
on.
DCEU
Hold-
stuff
Hold on.
except for Wonder Woman.
Daredevil is Marvel.
Oh, okay. Well, then whatever.
Okay.
Eh. I didn't see the Daredevil thing.
Just throwing that out there. Before
I
you go on this rant, I want to throw it out there.
Transparent with my ignorance about these things, and I'm hoping nobody rips me a new one here.
All the DC fans out here are going, she got it wrong, and they're like, oh,
What is wrong?
Ah!
How is this possible? I mean, we just must have not had that many good movies back then. I mean, this thing has a 44% on Rotten Tomatoes. There's no fucking way. There's no way.
Who, Daredevil?
Yeah.
No.
I mean, they're just. I mean, what else was coming out in 2003? Because it couldn't have been anything good if this got that.
Speaking
that high.
of Daredevil, Game of Thrones.
The fuck does that have to do with Daredevil?
It doesn't, but I wanted to segue into Game of Thrones.
Oh, you calm down, okay?
I want Game of Thrones to be out. When does it come out again?
2019,
What month though?
like summer or winter.
Yeah, I think it's
I
spring
think it's
or
winter.
summer.
I thought it was supposed to be
Someone-
winter
Hang on.
because
Was
it's
it
supposed to be
someone
like winter
on-
has come or some shit like that, and they
Was
were
there
gonna
someone
line
in
it up.
our group that said they binge watched it?
Oh, wait. Oh, yeah, it was Dylan who binge watched the whole dang thing, but they still haven't announced when it's actually coming out.
Right, they just said season.
looked this up,
They
like,
didn't
2
give like
weeks
an
ago.
actual date. Yeah, they just said it like a season. Or at least that's the talks that I heard, is that they wanted to do it during winter because like the whole thing's supposed to be like winter has come, because it's the last season. So
Kelsey, what's your favorite board game? I feel like I don't know if I've ever asked you that, and I want to know. I'm curious.
Oh man, so I love cooperative board games. I'm really into those. So like Pandemic is incredibly fun. Have you guys ever played Pandemic?
It sounds familiar, but you just bring my memory.
So the basic concept of Pandemic is that there are 4 viruses that are trying to kill everybody in the world. And you and your friends of I think it's up to 5 people, you guys are scientists with different types of skills. So you've got medics, you've got people that can dispatch all over the map, and you've got different kinds of people that do different things. And it is your job to freaking work together to kill all these viruses. I have lost that game more time than I've won, and every time I lose, it just sends me into a rage, and I'm like, 3 more turns and we would have won. I lose it. I completely lose it. But it's a great game. I've got some others like Sentinels of the Multiverse, where basically you get to be a bunch of heroes, and a bunch of the heroes that are in this thing are like knockoffs of Marvel characters or DCEU characters, and I play with one of our friends whose name is also Brie, and she always sets herself up as this fire god of Ra, and just destroys everything with fire the entire time. And it's really fun because you get to be a group of heroes and you get to fight against the bad guy together, and you basically get to be the Avengers, and it's really fun.
It's really funny that she's so destructive.
Oh my
in the
god!
game.
Play any game with Brie. She is ridiculously aggressive, and she just wants anything that with fire. She will take it and she will burn everything. That
You
is
guys, yeah, you got to know this person in person because she's like one of those people that never gets mad type thing, and super nice, super friendly.
super polite.
The best person in the world type person. That's kind of what it's like, if I can explain it appropriately.
Yeah, that's pretty close. She would self-describe herself in social settings as a bit of a wallflower. She just wants to sit back and watch other people have fun and be friendly. And then you put a game in front of her, and she gets ridiculously aggressive and in your face. And burn, burn, burn. It's like Jesus.
That's a good comparison.
It's insane. It's wonderful, but it's insane.
You're secretly a killer, aren't you?
Yeah. So those are the type of board games that I enjoy. Actually, there's this really cool one. Last one, I promise. But have you guys ever heard of the game called Concept?
Mm, no,
Not ringing a
I
bell.
don't know.
It is amazing. You have a board that you lay out that looks absolutely terrifying because it's just got a ridiculous amount of symbols on it. And what you're trying to do is, without using your words, you're trying to guide people to different concepts. Like it could be baseball, or it could be like movies or famous people.
Defusing a
And
bomb.
diffusing a bomb. And all you have is the card telling you what you're supposed to do, and then you've got all these symbols, and you have to try to like lay out paths of information to try to guide people to what you're trying to guide them to, and you can't say a word. You also can't tell them, oh yeah, you're getting close. And it's really fun because you get people that think slightly different than everybody else, and everyone's like, what is wrong with you? But it's great because you can play it with like 20 plus people, and it's a blast.
That does sound pretty fun. We should have a game night recording of us doing that little mouth thing where you put the mouth guard in and it puts
Oh god, why?
your lips up and then you have to talk. That would be so fun.
We would just be slobbering into the mic.
That'd be great though. Oh my god.
Well, let me ask you guys, what kind of board games, when you play board games, what do you guys like?
Catan.
Ooh, good one.
Yeah. And then my family gets together every time I push them in this direction, but they love it too. Lord of the Rings card game. Oh, it's so good. And it's not like a really complicated one. It's just the one where they have the cards out in the middle. You pick some up and you have cards in your hand and you're trying to play off of other people and win. I think it's win the round. I'm blanking on exactly what we're supposed to do. One of my favorite games I love playing, and I'm blanking on what exactly happens. But there's like 5 cards out. You pick up the best one that you want, and you're building your deck, and then you're fighting each other to see who wins. So it's really really good game, and actually they don't make it anymore, so you have to like buy it off of eBay and everything. But I can show you one of these times.
If I had to pick board games, board game. I mean, I like a lot of like those card games like that. I grew up very heavy into Yu-Gi-Oh as a kid, so I like card games, like living card games and shit like that, where you gotta constantly upgrade your deck. I'm also big into D&D. I like being able to like, if I had to put myself into something, I like being able to host like off the cuff games and stuff like that. Do a lot of improv games. Board games. It's still kind of like the same. I mean, she said board game technically, I guess, but I mean it's not tabletop. But anyways, I like doing like a lot of stuff like that. If I had to think about an actual board game, I would say.
Oh my god, you have to show Kelsey that video with the League and the singers. They had legit singers singing and full on 3D their avatars dancing right next to them. It looked like real life shit. Like it was
that's awesome.
Yeah. It was like the Tupac thing, but it was way better done.
Oh, it's because it's augmented reality, not hologram.
Right. What?
It was augmented reality. Basically, they had a camera that was able to view it in augmented reality and put the screen in front of people, so they were able to see the people actually out there dancing. It's augmented reality.
Well, I didn't know.
Kind of like
it was
Pokemon
different,
Go.
just saying. It looked really good.
That's what that is, augmented reality, where like you're able to see, the road, but you see little Pikachu running on the road. That's what that is.
Right, but that's on a phone, not on
I
a
understand.
stage
I'm just saying
in
that like
front of you.
Pokemon Go is like the bottom of the barrel whenever it comes to augmented reality, for sure.
Oh, okay.
But that's
Don't talk
basically what
about
that was.
Kelsey's Pokemon Go like that.
I'm not saying it in a bad way, but it's true. I mean, it is. I don't know what else you want from me. Truth is truth.
Yeah, but it was pretty amazing, and it just made me think about we're gonna get at one point, hopefully in my lifetime, to the point where we can have the Star Trek type hologram thing happen. Have you seen that before?
I know exactly what you're talking about. Yeah.
Where it's actually you can just load what you want. You could create a fantasy world and be in it. That would be so cool. I mean, when we get to the point of where you can get in a game and kind of be like that, I can't remember the movie's name. What's the movie's name? Where you can load into the game world. Like, let's say you could just load into.
Oh, you're talking about Ready Player One.
Smite or something and play as the character. Man, so many people are. Do you think people are gonna get out of touch with life at that point? Like, are we gonna keep our ability to live in the real world and
I'm just telling you. And
do
Kelsey, I don't know if you've seen this anime.
chores?
I know Bree has. But have you ever seen SAO? Sword Art Online.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. You've asked me this
At
before.
the moment, I thought I had, but I wasn't sure. At the moment when we can full dive in real life, I'm gone. That's it. Jeez. That's it.
You're quitting your job and you're staying home.
I've
huh?
even said that if SAO came out tomorrow and I couldn't get it until a couple of days after it came out, and then by the time I got my VR headset, they said right now people who are in the game are stuck in the game and they physically can't get out and they'll die in real life if they die in the game, I would still plug it up and play it, like, easily. I would definitely go in there 100%. That is not a lie. I 100% would go in there.
Kelsey's like you.
That is easily like the best possible scenario video game for me, is like being able to play like that and have like such high risk. Oh god, that'd be so cool.
The risk is worth it.
I mean, if I die in battle, I died a fucking hero. All right.
You
Ease.
die in a virtual battle swinging a digital sword that doesn't
Saving
actually exist,
other
and then you
people.
actually leave people who actually like you.
Well, that fucking sucks to
Yeah.
suck. You should have got the game and got inside. I don't know what to tell you.
And
Sucks to
watched
suck.
you die?
I mean, I died so you could go forward in the game. All right. But see, that's what the issue is, and this is why it's hard for you to understand it, because we're given a scenario where you think I would actually die. That would obviously never happen. I'm too good at any video game to die. Like, let's be fucking real. It just wouldn't
I
happen.
only watched your review block today and watched you die in that game how many times?
Which one even came out? What was that?
Emma.
Oh, Little Emma? Yeah.
Yeah, the madness of Emma, I think
Yeah,
it
the
is.
madness, or yeah, the madness
She's
of
like,
Little Emma.
oh fuck,
Yeah.
I didn't think you'd call me out on the name.
That fucking.
I'm really crap at names, guys.
It's just a rip-off of Binding of Isaac. If you play Binding of Isaac, which came out first, and it's the #1 game that's known in that genre, it is legitimately the exact same thing. Except
do you
just, like,
think
way
that-
more horrible.
do you
looking.
think
But
our
jumping physics.
Do you
Yeah,
think
sure,
our world
sure.
would just completely change though? Like, do you think that
I
half
mean,
the population would be in that fake world and half would be in reality, or do you think like 80%?
look, I live in a realistic world, okay? Sooner or later, I gotta go doo-doo, all right? I'm
We
gonna have to
know
take a
what
shower
you're
and stuff
gonna
like
do.
that. Like, sooner or later, stuff happens, all right? So
Well, they
I will
do
come
have, like-
back, but will I take time to continue to save people and level up my character and be the badass that we all know that I already am, or do laundry? I mean, let's be real.
A huge roll.
I'll say this. If they end up making which is very popular in video games these days, if they end up making a marketplace system where you can just grind and sell your stuff and get real money off of selling items, I mean,
Yeah.
I'd stay in there all fucking day. Ease. I'd shit on myself. Ease. You just might as well just diaper me up, because it's going to be a minute before I come back out.
Chris,
Ease,
you are a
dude.
weird and slightly disgusting thing.
Ease. Absolutely.
Slightly, Kelsey. I
Oh
would say
my god.
more than slightly.
I'm being polite.
Might as well just go ahead and cover my room in a fucking tarp and just leave me there.
What?
'Cause,
Hire
woo,
somebody to come hose you down every couple weeks?
pretty much. Install a drain right in the middle of the room. We're good to go.
Oh my god.
It's got the
Oh,
waterproof
you're a nightmare.
everything. We'd be good to go. Ease.
Hey, by that
ease.
point, Chris, you could probably have something you could just hook up to your, your intestines, and it'll just automatically clean it
I
out.
mean,
for you, and
I love
You won't-
virtual
you won't need
reality.
anyone.
I love virtual reality, and I love the scenario that I'm building for myself. But still, at the end of the day, nothing is going in my ass. That's just not happening. I'm sorry. I'm not hooking a tube into
Yeah,
my
I was
asshole.
gonna say,
It's not happening.
I don't
Do you
think-
want to play SAO enough to have a catheter? Do
I
you?
don't think I.
I want him to answer this question.
I mean, I might. I don't know. Catheters
I
pretty
don't
fucking
know.
painful. I mean, so an oxygen mask, all right? If we could do something like an oxygen mask that was kind of like a plunger, and you just shoved it on my ass, not in my ass, that might work. That might work. But the moment there's penetration, that's when I'm like, nope, I'm done.
Where did
I-
this
I
conversation
come-
go?
I'll come back to the real world at that point, for sure.
Oh my
Easily.
God.
I'd rather come back and have a potty break and then go
I
back
learned
into the full
a
dive.
little bit too much about how far Chris is willing to go.
I mean,
And
For
now,
SAO today.
I'm hoping that this never comes, because that.
He's
I mean-
willing to die, but he's not willing to have anything in his butt. That's what we learned today.
there you go. Exactly.
The more
Nah.
you know.
That should be the title of the podcast. He's willing to die, but
It's just gonna be
Yeah.
Chris's priorities are straight. Easily. I got him. I got him figured out.
Oh boy.
Oh man.
So, Elsie, what would you do?
Honestly, I'm as cool as it would be, and as I really love VR, and I love what that feels like. But
Think about being able to do magic and like,
that would be awesome.
no, like
And I'm really excited about it, and I really want to have a VR set, and I want to play these games. But I also like the outdoors and
But
nature.
you would have
and
the
hiking.
outdoors and nature.
it would feel like you were in the outdoors if you get to a decent.
If we're
point.
talking, if we are talking like full
Not in the
dive,
beginning.
if we're talking full dive, like you gotta remember, the headset shuts off your nervous system, so that way you can completely move and do whatever you want in the game. So anything you feel in the
Yeah.
game, you feel in real life. Like you touch a leaf, it feels like you're actually feeling a leaf. Like you
Nope,
actually feel
That
it.
is my line. My line exists in the "we are not shutting off my nervous system. Let's leave that alone. I
mean-
want to know if I need to. I don't know. Poop.
I mean, you'll know.
Why are we talking?
You won't
about
be able to
this?
do anything
Why?
about it, but you'll know.
The number one topic of this conversation.
That's for sure. I mean, imagine how shitty of a society that would be. Like you literally
No
would
pun
have to have
intended.
yourself like hooked up to a fucking food machine 24/7, a water machine 24/7. I mean, hopefully my new vacuum that I'm patent pending. All right, Dead Funny Poop Scoop. That's what we're gonna call it. Or Poop Shoot. There we go. The Poop Shoot. All right. It's my vacuum machine,
No.
patent pending for sure.
No.
Heard it here first, folks.
No.
And think about it. It
No.
will look good because when they hook up the vacuum to your ass, it'll have the smiley face right there just winking at you. It's all good to go.
What? No.
Its eye will be winking at your brown eye.
can't-
Boom.
they can't
There
put a
you go.
They can't put a vacuum up your ass because it would suck
not
your
up my
intestines
ass.
out.
What part of that did you not understand?
They can put it at
Look,
your ass.
look, I
though.
didn't want. Look, all right. This is we're going into some confidential schematics.
Not do this.
Confidential schematics for my machine. All right. So it it looks like an oxygen mask, right? All right. You just put it up to your face and you're good to go. But this is made for your ass. Hold on. Hold on.
Are you
This is
testing
made
the
for your ass.
back on your face? Just
So no. So this is made for your ass. So it hooks up to your ass, and it has like these little, nice and cushiony prods that kind of like just peel the butt cheeks, to the side. So the flow is uninterrupted. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I think I know what you're saying.
I would just
No,
like
please
I would
keep
just like to
talking.
alert everybody that is watching this. This is copyrighted material. I will find you. All right. Anyways, Dead Funny Poop Shoot. All right. It's coming. It's coming for sure. I'm just saying. People talk about how beautiful the future would look. That's what it would look like. A bunch of us just hooked up to machines. It'd be great. It would be fantastic. I mean, I'm down. I'm down.
Nope. My line is anything that needs to vacuum that. No. Past my line.
I mean,
No.
oh my gosh, dude. Just being able to
Oh,
like
that's so great.
not have to worry
Bree,
about
would you be in or out after the poop vacuum?
the poop shoot.
Out.
Good.
Unfortunately, I have a line. Even though I want to do the magic stuff, throw fireballs from my hand, like that's my shit. Like I want to be in a world where I can do magic. Like
You
Yeah,
if I
guys are
can
missing
feel like
out.
I'm
That's
creating
for sure.
something, like that would be fucking amazing. I love. I mean, I don't read a lot of fantasy, but I do play a lot of games that are that style. I'm more of a mystery girl when it comes to reading, but like Smite, anything like that, Overwatch, like to play those games, that would be fucking awesome. Not that
Poop
Kelsey
shoot.
knows what
For sure.
the Smite one is, but
No.
Overwatch, you've seen some of the characters.
I've seen some of the characters.
But I mean, have you seen any like League of Legends or
Nope.
no? Any?
Why would you go from Overwatch to League of Legends?
I was just trying to think of cool looking characters.
I was just wondering how you made that connection. But all right, you're good.
Yeah, you were trying to catch me on something, biatch.
I was. I thought you were trying to say that fucking Overwatch was a MOBA, and I was about to bust your ass on that one. I was like, nope. Nope.
Can we stop talking about asses and buttholes and shit? Like,
I mean,
We have done more than enough of that for this particular podcast.
I'm comfortable with my creations. I'm sorry.
we should
you guys
have
are
a
not.
limit. We should have a little. We should have a little rating meter on this side, and when we reach the limit of ass and shit talking, then it fills
Yeah.
up. We gotta stop. We just gotta stop. It's the end of the podcast. It's just done.
I mean, it all depends on how deep the asshole is, I guess. It all depends.
How deep is your asshole, Chris?
Once again, no one will know.
Oh,
Because like I said, penetration is where I pull the plug on fucking VR. Ease. I'll be in the middle of the world and all of a sudden I feel something weird happen. I'm like, oh, nope. Gotta go back to reality.
Oh, it looks like the dead honey vacuum sucking up my ass. My cheeks hurt literally from like laughing so much. These cheeks, though, just so you guys
Are you
know.
sure? Okay.
Yeah, these ones. The face ones.
Full disclaimer, Bree may or may not be trying out the dead honey poop shoot as we speak. Oh,
Ew.
that was great.
Ooh, what was that? Okay, we're done.
Okay.
We're over it. We're past this.
Oh,
We're
man.
past this.
But yeah, VR, like full dev VR would be awesome. But, I mean, we're at a point where scientists, game developers,
Scientists.
game
That is their
developers,
life- That is
game
their life goal.
developers are having walls that they have to jump with people just getting vertigo. So we're a ways away from them being able to shut down our fucking nervous system. Unfortunately, fuck. Gosh. Someone came to me right now and said, you can play SAO if you put this headset on. But there's a 50% chance you could die. I would fucking roll those dice, baby. Plug it in. Let's go. Plug it up.
Plug it in, plug it in.
I'd be calling Kelsey and be like, get the poop shoot ready. It's finally
Oh, God.
happening.
You know, we weren't
Oh,
supposed to
man.
circle back around, but Chris did it.
You know what? I'm the host of this podcast. You don't tell me what to do. How about that? Oh,
How about
man.
that? Catch me inside.
Anyways, did you know that the new season of SAO has started?
I did not.
Mm-hmm.
No.
Where can I get it? And
Funimation,
by that
actually.
I mean, like, is it on Netflix? SAO was on Netflix for a while. Is it still?
It is, but it's probably a while for that before it comes to that.
Yeah.
So I mean, I think they're only on episode 5 right now. I haven't seen any of it
Okay.
yet. And then did you ever see the movie?
I want to say yes.
It was Ordinal Skill, and they were doing augmented reality, where they were running around with glasses on. So you would.
I think I did. I may.
Did
or
you
may not
ever
have
see the
fallen asleep.
entire anime that's out so far?
That I'm pretty sure I did not. I'm pretty sure the friend that lived with me left before I was able to watch all of it. I was watching it with her, so.
Kill me.
I was gonna say your friend limits your ability to
Ah, it's SAO, Kelsey. It's more important than your.
I just
friend.
couldn't get past the
Gun
SAO
Gal.
gun one.
Yeah, Gun Gal Online.
I was trying, but
Because you have SAO, which
Lost
is
my
just
interest.
the original arc. Because basically there's 2 seasons but 4 arcs. So you have SAO, and then you have ALO, which is Alfheim Online, which is what happens directly after they get out of the game on SAO.
Yeah, which is the
The
elf one.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then after that you have Gun Gal Online, which is where they go into a world with guns and shit, virtual reality with guns
Yeah,
and
that I
stuff.
didn't
So
see.
you only saw season 1 basically.
Basically, yeah.
Because then arc 4 of season 2, which is the second part of season 2, is they go back to ALO, Alfheim Online.
they made Asuna such a badass in the first season, and then the second season they just a second or third, I don't remember which, but they just
So
pussified her basically.
Jesus,
Like,
the harsh words.
unfortunate.
So what I'll say.
Well, do you want me to re
No, she's talking about stuff that you've seen though.
Yeah, no, I
Oh,
I
yeah.
remember
Okay.
in the first season, like the first arc ended, and in the first arc, she was a badass. She
Right.
was
Yeah.
the best. And the second arc, if I remember correctly, she was just in a cage.
Pretty much, yeah. But it wasn't even
Yeah.
just the second arc. It was like the second half of the first arc. So
Yeah.
obviously, if there's any
Yeah.
Darkstar fans watching, everybody knows that SAO is my favorite anime. But if you are just a Dead Funny fan, SAO is my favorite anime, and My Hero Academia, right underneath it. It's so fucking good. But anyways, SAO being my favorite
we
anime.
actually said the name of SAO, or are we just calling it SAO?
Well,
So
it's
Sword
it's
Art-
it's
Sword
normally known
Art.
as SAO, but for people who don't know what SAO is, yes, it is called Sword Art Online.
Say
And
that
it
3 times
is
fast.
Sword Art Online, Sword Art Online, Sword Art Online. Anyways, so it's a really, really good anime, and you should watch it. You can find it on
I want to see
Netflix for
Kelsey
sure.
say it now. I want to know if it was just a fluke.
Sword Art Online, Sword Art Online, Sword Art Online.
You said that pretty slow though. I don't know.
Yeah, no, I did because I could feel my tongue waiting to just trip over it and just vomit out nothing.
So, for those of you who are new to me, as far as my anime side, Asuna is my favorite character of all time whenever it comes to anime. She is a fucking badass, Miss Asuna Yuki. She's a beast.
She's so good.
And yeah, that
She's
was
probably my favorite too on the show.
Nope.
I would say.
well, maybe on the show, but she can't be your favorite overall anime character because I claimed her Asuna's Bay. So sorry.
No
Back
one
up.
else can have her
Nope.
if you have her.
Not possible. Anyways, so my biggest issue was, and this is where me and the gigantic population of anime fans differ, is that fans love the fact that Kirito became the hero of the story, which is fine. He became the hero of the story. Doesn't mean Asuna needs to become the damsel in distress in order for that to happen. He could still clear the game with her still being a badass. Now, this does not, spoiler alert, this does not for you, Kelsey, but for anybody new, you've already seen this part. This does not affect the final battle, like her sacrificing herself whenever Heathcliff went to go stab Kirito. That was fine. I have no issue with that because that's just her sacrificing herself, which he would have done obviously if the shoe was on the other foot. My issue is that once they became a thing, and it was pretty much like the battle where they rush in, or Asuna rushes in to save those guys that went to go fight the fucking, I can't remember the name of the fucking monster, but basically there was like those group of guys who were trying to clear the floor and map everything out, and they asked Kirito and Asuna for the map, and they told them no. And so they ended up finding the boss door, the troop did, and they're getting fucking slaughtered because the dude's been pushing his men too hard. So they're just getting fucking slaughtered. And then Asuna can't take anymore, and she runs in there, and then Kirito's like, fuck, and then him and Klein run in there after her. Yeah, and it's the first time he uses like his dual wield ability. It's the first time they actually see that. From that point on, Asuna went from being, I'm this badass, to Kirito save me. Constantly.
Yeah.
And it
I
was
agree,
terrible. It was absolutely
100%.
terrible. I mean, I still enjoyed the anime, but there was no reason to do that to Asuna besides the fact of glorifying Kirito, and I'm not really too okay with that. A lot of anime fans disagree with me, so because there is some of those redeeming qualities for Asuna that happen in the 4th arc of the 2nd season, where she becomes more of a badass and more of a person of herself and becomes Asuna again, in my opinion, and it is known as like the worst anime season of all time. People absolutely hate the fact that Kirito got power taken away from him, basically. And it's just ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous. So, Asuna's awesome. Asuna's bae. If you don't like the 4th season solely because Kirito isn't the main story, you can go fuck yourself easily. So, that's all I'm going to say on that one. Asuna's the shit. She was a fucking badass. She should have never stopped being a badass. She does not need Kirito to save her. Before Kirito came along, I mean, he even said it when they went to go team up back when he was still a rogue and she was still leading the Knights of the Blood Oath.
Yeah.
He said, Asuna is a floor-clearing badass. I cannot match her speed. And she was known to be the only person that had the mysterious 11-hit combo, which you end up finding out a lot more in the 4th arc of the
Right.
2nd
It was like they
season.
changed her character completely. Like I understand that maybe they wanted Kirito to be like the main hero, but like if you liked any of the first seasons, then you should get mad that they changed Asuna so harshly. That's my opinion.
This is a common trope, though, where
It is.
like I think I'm gonna say this, and this may be unfair, but it seems like the movie, video game, general media community is trying to do this weird balance where, for a long time, women were portrayed as very weak, and women lost their minds and went, "Hey, fuck you, we're cool too," and so the media community went, "Oh yeah, yeah." Let's make you badasses, but let's not make you so badass that you're better than our lead male. And so there's been this weird like shifting of like when she can be a badass, but he still has to save her, but maybe she saves him at the very last second and isn't that badass. Like she did nothing badass up until now, and then she saved him, and that makes her a badass. And it's very challenging, and I don't know, I haven't seen a great example yet of a strong badass guy doing badass shit matched with a strong badass girl doing badass shit, and their strength makes them stronger. Their strength
Attack on
doesn't make
Titan.
either one of them weaker.
Attack on Titan. If you haven't watched Attack on
Yeah.
Titan, Mikasa, she is a badass for sure. And regardless of what Eren does, doesn't give a fuck. She is a badass. She kills Titans all fucking day, and she's probably the best, honestly. She is probably the best person at killing Titans. She is fucking stupid strong. Oh, Mikasa's badass. But there's not that many out there. I'll give you that for sure. And that was like what my biggest issue is. Like, it was like when her and Kirito started dating and stuff, I started seeing Asuna more of like staying at home and Kirito's going out and leveling. And I'm like, what the fuck is this bullshit? Okay? Like, come on. Let's be real. Like, I get it to a certain point. Like, they're trying to play house. And I get that, like, being in the game for as long as they were. They were in a game for like 2-3 years or some shit like that. And sooner or later, you're just going to kind of like want to sit down and have like a normal life and not be fucking fighting monsters all fucking day long. I get that. But from start to finish, her main drive through the anime was, I'm going to do what I can to get these people out. Her sitting at home and cooking Kirito dinner while he's out fucking slaying monsters all day and waiting on him hand and foot when he gets back home is not serving that purpose. So I don't care what kind of fucking fan service you were trying to pull, fucking whoever made SAO, but go fuck yourself, alright? That did not need to happen. In the slightest. Did not need to happen.
Said that would be different if like that was her personality to begin with.
And
I
it
mean,
would, but it wasn't.
It did show
exactly.
that she did like to cook and everything in the
Right.
beginning, right? 'Cause
Which
she
I
made
had
it
no issues with that.
for him in the beginning, but it's just her battle and her leadership ability was taken away from her pretty much
Absolutely.
in that season. So that's the issue.
Because
like, we felt like we lost Asuna.
right.
That's what it felt like.
She maxed out her cooking ability before her and Kirito were even a thing. So that's why I was not like against her cooking him dinner and shit like that, because she made it for both of them. It was the fucking rare rabbit or whatever it was that he had. So she had maxed that out a long fucking time ago, which that was fine. I had no issues with that whatsoever. But whenever it became to, like, for instance, one of the things I didn't like was when Kirito had to become part of the Knights of the Blood Oath because he lost that fight to Heathcliff. They were sending him out on that mission with that guy that we knew obviously had bad blood with Kirito, because Kirito showed his ass up whenever they were fighting for Asuna. And the whole thing happened where he poisoned the guy and then he poisoned Kirito and he was going to fucking kill Kirito. And it's like, then Asuna shows up. And then, like, it even had that redeeming quality where it's like she saved him, but then the bad guy had to come back to life and Kirito had to save her. And it was like, I mean, let's be real. Like, come on, dude. It was... But, something I do want to talk about, guys. So we are going to be coming up on the new segment. This is something I talked about to Dylan. And if he's watching, he knows. He knows. But it is time for the Midgard news. That's right, people. Midgard news. Now, you might be staring and thinking to yourself, what is the Midgard news, Chris? Well,
Even the people on the podcast are saying to themselves,
Midgard news
What
is where
is
Chris
Midgard news?
brings you all the updates that we have at the time of the Final Fantasy VII Remake. So, Final Fantasy VII Remake. Yep, this is gonna be a thing until Final Fantasy VII Remake comes out. I'm gonna have to update you guys on where we're at, because I know you are so interested in where we're at on the Final Fantasy VII Remake. Yes, Midgard news. So check it out, guys. Check it out. We got news and rumors. All right, news and rumors. Could the release date be a long way off? I don't know. No one else knows.
No one
We
cares.
got talked to about this game back in 2015. 2015 is when we got the trailer for the Final Fantasy VII Remake. 2015. And it is now 2018, going on 2019, and it's still not here. People are hoping that we're going to get it in 2019, and unfortunately we're getting a lot of reports.
Your dead video game.
We're getting a lot of reports of turbulence. A lot of reports of people being fired, people being let go, them bringing in new directors, them bringing in new artists, all kinds of stuff going back and forth. I'm very worried about the game that basically turned me into a gamer. This is my number one, basically, Kelsey, I don't know if you know this or not, but this is my number one game of all time. Like, all time. It's my favorite video. Once again, I did this on Darkstar. So to show proof, sitting right next to me, is the original strategy guide. This was passed down to me from my dad. Look how old that fucking thing is, alright? The original strategy guide. And the
So
movie.
old.
Alright? I'm a fan.
I can see
Alright? Fanboy. Right here. Love it. Anyways. We are now being told that they are hinting that this game will not release until 2023. Like, fuck me, bro. Oh my god. I want to play this game so bad. I don't have a PlayStation.
2023.
I don't. and this game's going to release on PlayStation, and then it's going to be like a year, and then it'll release on PC, and then a year and it'll release on Xbox. I will buy a PlayStation just for this game. That's how serious I am. Just for this game. So one of the issues I wanted to bring up, which I'm not happy to hear about, one of the news that we got, which I mean we actually had this news a while now, but obviously I wasn't bringing it up. They're going to release the game episodic. I'm not happy about that. Do you guys know what episodic is?
Yeah,
Yes.
episodes, I'm assuming.
Correct. So basically, you will buy the game at full price, and you'll only get one chapter, and then they'll release patches every month or so, and it will be a new episode and a new level to play. Why? Why can't you
It's
just give me a
harsh.
full game? Like, fuck.
The Walking Dead did that, Telltale Games, and I just wait until a lot of them come out. Like, I'll just ignore it, forget about it, and let them come out so I can like binge play them. Because I can't stand being in suspense for that long.
Yeah, good luck on convincing me to ignore the favorite game of all time's remake until it all comes out. I know you guys can't see me, but there was definitely some air quotation marks there until it all comes out. Because, hello, got told about this in 2015. It might not come out till 2023. Yeah, I'm going to ignore the fuck out of that first chapter. Ooh, it's not going to happen. Fuck, dude. I'm so upset. I'm so
It
upset.
just feels manipulative.
What, episodic?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it feels manipulative and grabby, and like they don't understand either their player base or why their player base likes this game. It feels disconnected.
Fair enough.
Well, also though, what if it's they really didn't like whatever content they came up with, and that's why they're firing people. So now they're at the point where like, well, damn, we can't wait 10 more years. We'll give it out in like episodes, so we have time to work on the next portion, but people aren't waiting forever.
Well, I'll put it this way. So one
I'm
of the
afraid it
things,
could be that.
one of the things that I'm reading, is that, and if this is true, I agree. First, they said a proper HD remake. So after this podcast, because most of the people at this point have probably seen this. I know you two haven't. After this podcast, I'll show you guys the video, so that way next time I go to bring up Midgard news, because like I said, woo, it's gonna happen. You guys will actually know what I'm talking about. Anyways, so the original game was on a span of 3 discs. That's back in the old school days when it was more than 1 disc to cover an entire game. They're saying a proper HD remake would not be able to fit in just one installment and maintain the same feeling of Destiny as the original did. So I'll say this: if they release it episodic and they release it like 3 episodes and it's the entire game to make it seem like it was like on 3 separate discs, I'd be okay with that. But if you're going to release like a 1 chapter, like for instance, in the game, the first thing you do is blow up one of the reactors for Shinra. And then you go back to the fucking Midgard slums in Tifa's bar. If like I go through that, blow up the reactor, and then whenever I get to Tifa's bar, it's all like, now you'll have to wait till the next episode of Final Fantasy VII. I'm going to be fucking furious. I'm going to be fucking furious. I'll
That would
probably
be
break.
That would be so stupid of them if they did
I will
that. Like,
probably
there's
break the
no
brand
way.
new PlayStation I just bought for this game. Like that will probably
There's no
happen.
way. They won't do that. That would be stupid.
Now, if I get to the end of disc 1, and they're all like, "All right, now you'll have to wait for disc 2 to come out," that I could agree with. I'm not happy about it, but I'll take it. I'll take it.
So I have a question.
Go ahead, hit me.
Final Fantasy VII Remake is
Remake.
what we're talking about, correct?
Not the first one, the remake. Correct.
Literally remaking, so
Correct.
copying and just
Yes.
updating graphics
Yes.
the original game.
There's
Yes.
actually a lot different. So
No, I thought you said
What is going to be different?
let me speak as Final Fantasy VII expert. Right, quick. All right. So
Okay. Do you have glasses for that? Do you have a special like hat? How do we know you're speaking
Yeah,
as the
put-
expert?
please put on your dunce hat.
I mean, yeah, I don't have any glasses around me, unfortunately. Anyways, so the original game came out, what is it, 97? Yeah, 1997. So the original game came out in 1997. Back then, like, we didn't have fingers in video games. Your fist was just a square block. Like, I mean, these are old school
I thought
graphics.
we didn't have fingers back
No,
then. I'm
no.
like, what the fuck?
So these are old school graphics that we're talking about here.
Okay.
they're obviously bringing the game and updating it to the movie's graphics, which was Final Fantasy Advent Children. Not even going a step past that. I actually think these graphics look better than Advent Children, which is kind of crazy, honestly. The graphics are fucking phenomenal, and Advent Children's graphics were fucking amazing. They were mind-blowing. But anyways, one of the biggest things that the old school Final Fantasies are known for is the turn-based fighting style, where you get in a game and the enemy attacks you, and then you get to attack the enemy, and then the enemy gets to attack you, and then you get to attack. It's not going to be that. It's going to be a hack and slash, where you're actually running around fighting mounds of people and shit like that, building up your superpowers to be able to bust off your limit breakers and shit. So that's another change that's happening. Something else that I've seen is that they said it's not going to be a shot-for-shot remake, but it's going to be mainly as close to the game as they could possibly get it for the diehard fans that have been asking for this forever. So that, I hope they stay true to, because I really don't want a different story. Like, I really don't. Like, I can't tell you. I've literally played this game on the PlayStation 1 probably 10 times. Maybe more than that. And it's a long game. I've played this game from start to finish, completion, on my computer. I've played this game start to finish to completion on my phone. And I'm
It's
now
not-
going through my second gameplay of start to completion on my computer again.
It's not
And in
really about the
2019, they're going to release it on the
graphics.
Xbox. And I'm probably going to buy it and play it from start to finish on my Xbox. Like, I seriously, I can't explain to you, and this is something that actually helped me make my decision a while ago, because I always said, like, Final Fantasy VII and Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time were, like, tied neck and neck, and I didn't really have a favorite game between the two. The feeling that I get playing Final Fantasy VII, whether you want to call it nostalgia or not, I can't explain it. Like, the rush I get playing that game. I know what I'm doing. I've seen the story 1,000 times. I understand I mean, I could probably reenact some of the fucking game. But just the rush feeling I get playing it, like I said, it could be nostalgia. I don't know. But it's, like, really amazing to me. And I would really hate to lose that solely for the fact that they want to kind of change the story a little bit to make it fit in more of a modern era of gamers, when the modern era of gamers isn't who's asking for the game.
In other words, he wants to pay for the same game twice, but even more now because it's better graphics, and they're probably going to up the price. So they're making money, a shit ton of money, off of revamping the same game.
But see, it's not like a Skyrim
people think
revamp,
that.
though. It's like Skyrim came out, and then it got revamped like 2 years later. Like, this game came out in 1997.
How could the storyline possibly be so good that you've played it 10 times and don't want any variation?
I mean, I don't know how to explain that part to
Kelsey,
you, honestly.
This
I mean, the
is a guy
story
who's
is...
watched Deadpool like 150 times.
Well,
And
yeah, but-
Office like 200 times.
Well, you gotta remember, The Office is something like I just put on the background to listen to, because I've seen the show so many times I know what's going on. I don't actually have to look at the screen, so it's just like background noise, where I can't do that with a video game. I don't know. It's just one of those things where it's like, to me, and that's something that gets me on certain games, where it's like the actual story behind the game. Like, I love Legend of Zelda, but one of the things that took me out of Legend of Zelda is whenever I found out that basically each game considers Link to be a different incarnate. There we go. A different incarnate of Link every single time. So every time you go to play a new game of Zelda, it's not the same Link that you knew. It's basically the next generation's hero of Link. I don't like that. I like Link. Link is my boy. Like, I want Link, the guy that I've been running through the game with the entire time. So that's something that actually kind of took me out of Legend of Zelda, to where Final Fantasy in general, each game is a different story. It's different characters. I just so happened to have played so many of them, and by the time I got to 7, I didn't stop, because I think the last one I played was like 10-2. But whenever I got to 7, I was like, holy fuck, I really love this story. I really love these characters, because it's not like your classic, like, hero saves the day at the end, because that's not even what happened. Technically, the planet protected itself at the end of the game and saved itself. So, like, there's just so much that goes into it, and, like, you end up, like, for instance, just for Cloud. I'm not going to go into the whole thing because we'd be here for fucking hours. But just Cloud in general is the main character. You spend this whole time learning that Cloud's just this fucking badass. He's in this fucking mercenary group known as fucking Soldier. He's a beast. He does, like, all this amazing shit. He's so fucking cool. And then you find out, like, the entire time he got infected with Mako, which is this energy that the evil company's using to make fucking magic and shit that they're trying to stop. He got infused with it, and it fucked with his memory. So he's actually remembering all the shit his best friend did with him in the army and thinking that he's his best friend. So then he has no idea who the fuck he is anymore. So then you spend the entire second half of the game trying to get your own memories, figure out who the fuck you actually are. And I mean, it's just so crazy. Just so many twists and turns. So you have like all these inner conflicts going on between you, your party, all the different people. On top of that, the world's fucking ending. You're trying to fucking find and kill Sephiroth because he's trying to destroy the fucking world. I mean, it's just so much stuff going on at once, and it's just so easy to jump into all these stories and just be just sucked in my opinion. It's the only game that was good enough, Final Fantasy wise, where they made multiple installments of one game. So you have Final Fantasy VII, which is the original, and that's it. Then everybody was like, I really love the character Vincent. He was very mysterious. No one knew anything about him. So then they made Final Fantasy Dirge Rebus, which is a game that's just about Vincent. You see Cloud and them a couple times, but it's mainly just about Vincent. And it's like, well, we really want to know what happened to Zack, which is the best friend that I was talking about. So then they made Final Fantasy VII Crisis Core. So then that's another game that's just about Zack. Then it's like, well, what happened after the events of Sephiroth? So then they made Final Fantasy VII Advent Children, the movie. So then it had its own movie. Like, they've made multiple installments to tell this entire fucking story from start to completion. And it's just fucking phenomenal, in my opinion. It's absolutely phenomenal. I'm in love with it. Like I said, my number one game. I can't say enough good things about it. If you haven't played it, I know the graphics look shitty if you're a new game era fucking person, but it's well worth the pickup. Like, if you got time to sink some fucking hardcore hours into, because it is long, it is very long. It's a really good game. It's worth. Definitely worth it. I will have to show you the
I
movie
would
at some
not
point.
suggest playing the old game. The graphics look shitty, so that's my 2 cents on that.
Yeah, it sounds like I should just wait until 2023 and pick it up with everybody else who's screaming about it.
Hopefully 2019, but yeah.
No, you're just hearing Chris scream all the way over there.
But that'll be the end of Midgard news. I'll keep you guys updated, don't worry, on any information I find. We'll have another segment of Midgard news just ready to go. Anyways, we'll go ahead and wrap it up for this podcast. Enjoyed you guys coming out, listening to us talk, ramble on, talk about different things. I know, obviously, in the comments below, you can hit me up and verify the fact that your favorite part about the podcast was the Midgard news. Trust me, I know it was too. For me, I got you. It's okay. I understand. But anyways, if you enjoyed this content, please like and subscribe. Also, don't forget to turn on those notification buttons so that way you can get a notification every single time we post a new video. On top of that, hit us up in the comments. We like to see what you guys have to say, talk back to you guys, tell you guys that you suck, you know, stuff like that. It's all good. It's all fun. Oh, see, no, they're not agreeing with me. Sorry, I went off script there a little bit. My bad.
Oh yeah, I
Just
said
joking.
yeah.
There's no script. Oh, Bree doesn't like you, but I do. Don't worry. Every time you get a heart from the Dead Funny channel on your comment, that's me. That's me. Anyways, but it comes from all of us because we all love you. Anyways, but also down there in the links below, you have direct forms of communication through Twitter accounts, and you also have Twitch accounts down there as well, which you can jump in any of our Twitch streams and come talk to us. We play games, we have fun, come chill out. But at the end of all that, I hope you guys have a great rest of your week, and we will see you next time. And sorry, I sounded like Tony the Tiger right there, but we will see you next time.
Bye.
Right.